Hi guys, this is Bear. Another book review today. A few weeks ago, I finished a book named Win Fast, which is a book about time management and how to become a more efficiency performance in your professional fields. So the writer of the book named Siimon Reynolds, who is an 30 years successful entrepreneur. And what he shared in this book, I found there are a lot of common principles, quite universal compared to other popular time management books, such as Getting Things Done or by the Tim Ferriss, Tools of Titans. So I found this book is quite useful because it's just like an army knife, a Swiss army knife that lists all kinds of useful tips that you can use and you can adapt to your daily life. So the structure of this book is like a tool book that you can search what kind of tips are useful for you and just select a few of them and adapt them to your life. The book is just for some crazily busy people and really want to get more things done and would like to get more time. But it's more like some of the tools are just like the mindset, which can help you to switch to different type of thinking and to learn how to to become a better professional in your field. Right. So some useful tips what I've learned from this book. Something are quite practical, which you can adapt immediately to your life. Like we do have to-do list, right? Different types of to-do list, and if we cannot finish something we are planning to do, we have some stress. So the suggestion from this book from Simon, he suggests that we create a macro list, which is the giant list can contain all kinds of things we want to do, and as well you can create a daily list or sometimes a weekly list and just assign the things you want to do in your daily list. Yeah, this is kind of quite similar as GTD principle that you can create a giant list with all the things you want to do in your inbox and then make them and then organize it to adapt it to your daily life. And the other trick I learned from this book is that create between list is something you can finish in 5 minutes. So, for example, between two meetings, you have a few minutes to take a break, and you can check this list to finish something, like some phone calls you need to call or a short email you're going to write. So you can add them to your between list. And the other tips, which is quite familiar or not quite usual, is to write thank you note card, to write thank you card. What he means to write thank you card is about to write it physically. Actually, write a card and send it. It's quite helpful to reach the relationship, to build a relationship and to show your gratitude because it's so unusual. And I am thinking it could be quite exciting to get a physical thank you card from someone else. So probably I will start to write that too. The other things about this book, what I've learned, is the common principles, which means, for example, the 80-20, the 80-20 law, which is also named Pareto law. So focus on the 20% to things to take your effort, but you can get 80% of the result. And also to set a goal and to to review it in regular time, like daily or weekly, is quite similar principles we can do. And also like the top performers always act until they become good, not just because they are good, so they act. So the sequence is different. You act, and then you learn from it, and then you can become better. You can become good at it, but not just good at it in the beginning, right? This is like a mindset. Also, like other mindsets I learned from this book is like always aim to be the top 10% performancers in your field. For me, like for example, I am a designer and I would like to be a better designer. So the goal could be like aim to be the top 10% professional designers here in Auckland. Actually, I need to do some research about who they are, who are the top designers here, and how can I learn from them, right? And one thing I really found is quite useful is always judge yourself by your effort, not by your results. Because we do have things we can control and things we can't control. So if you focus on the things you can't control, like sometimes result is something you cannot control, right? Like the weather or the feedback from other people, the reaction from other people, you cannot control. But something you can control is your effort. So focus on your effort and judge yourself or review your performance by your effort, and you can say to yourself, am I trying my best to do this? If you did, okay, congratulations, you did your best, but not by the results. This is a really helpful mindset for us to have. Right, so I think there are also a lot of different tips, but so far, because of time, I don't want to share so many tips from this book, and it's actually quite similar as other like what I mentioned, Tim Ferriss book, Tools of Titans. It's like a tour book. You can do your research and set up a plan of how you do that, and then actually do it. So after reading this book, I set up 2 actions I would like to take. The first one is to design my perfect day. This is quite interesting because sometimes we do have a perfect day. For me, a perfect day at work is always like quite efficiency and always got a top performance, can get a lot of useful feedback, and I know what the next step will be. And also I can spend some time to learn, and also spend some time to improve myself in my personal goal. So, but most of the time we just be waiting for that perfect day to come. Have we actually thinking about what the perfect day should be, and do something to make it real? Which means, do you design your perfect day to make it really happen? So for me, I'm going to do that. Like I'm going to what I plan to do in the morning, and what I want for a perfect morning will be, and just make it step by step and design, and then do something to make it happen. And the other action I would like to take is do some research of the top performers, of the top designers in New Zealand, and find a way to learn how they become so good, and what I need to do if I want to become better. So I think it just brought the mindset, not compared to the nearest but compare to the best. This is what I would like to do after reading this book. Alright, so today the book is Win Fast by Siimon Reynolds. Hope you like this podcast and hope you like this video. Also, if you want to learn more, suggest you can read this book and leave me a comment if you like. Right, hope you like it and have a great day. I will see you in another video. Bye.